the game is going crazy, right? I've turned 5K into 980, and I get a phone call. He's like, how's it going? He knew I was in this big game. And I was like, 980, motherfucker. He's like, what? 980 what? I'm like, 980,000. He's like, holy shit. He's like, let's go to the Spearmint Rhino, kid. Let's get up, let's go. It's a party. And I go, just let me get this to a quick mill. I'm gonna get that 20 more thousand, win a mill, and we're going. I'm sure you can tell.
I'm gonna guess
where this went.
Yeah.
We did not hit $1 million.
Tell me why poker?
I think the reason for poker would be, it's actually kind of think fairly simple, right? I've always enjoyed games, competing in things that use your mind, because growing up, didn't have a father, I wasn't very athletic. I played basketball, but wasn't very good. Played a little league baseball, wasn't good. Wasn't very athletic, but I loved to compete. And using my mind in like games or strategy games, video games, anything where you have to think and kind of outsmart others and compete, I loved. That's why as a teenager I was really big Magic the Gathering player, traveled the world, was one of the best in the world, went to all like the pro circuit, made money at it. But the money you can make there, not very good, right? I think like the lifetime earner, the top earner in Magic is probably less than 7 figures, I think. Maybe it's gone up because it's been going on for so long, but that's over a whole lifetime since the game's been around, since the Pro Tour's been around since 1996. There's people that have been playing all the whole time. You do that for fun, not for money. That's all I'll say. Like, I love it. It's still probably the best game in the world. The money is not enough to consider yourself, to raise a family on, things like that. Poker provides that competitive outlet, and if you're good at it and you study at it and you're better than other players, you can have a damn good life. I have a great life, and there's players that have tenfold the life I have financially who really put a lot into it and get a lot out. I've ventured into other areas, but I think poker was the stepping stone, and I think the reason was just that. It was where the highest upside for being able to still play a game for a living.
I'm guessing you've got a million great poker stories. Give me one that stands out for you.
I started the weekend with a $5,000 UFC bet that I won. Took that $5,000, played in a game at the Bellagio right here. We're looking at it. Turned that $5,000 into like $25,000. Took that $25,000 into like the high limit area where some guys were playing an insane game, pot limit Omaha, $500, $1,000 blind stakes, enormous game. Partnered with another guy, bought into that game, turned it into $200,000, split out, took my 100, got back in the game. 30 some odd hours later, I've got 960,000, I think 980.
Oh man.
It's 7 in the morning. The game is going crazy, right? I've turned 5K into 980, and I get a phone call, and that's basically my buddy Serb, as we call him. He's actually from Toronto, Nanad Medic. He knew I was there, and he couldn't get a hold of me, just called the Bellagio, had to talk to David. I run over, he's like, how's it going? He knew I was in this big game. And I was like, 980, motherfucker. He's like, what? 980 what? I'm like, 980,000. He's like, holy shit. He's like, let's go to the Spearmint Rhino, kid. Let's get up, let's go. It's a party. And I go, just let me get this to a quick mill. I was like, let me just crack up for 20 more thousand, get a nice mill, win $1 million, and then we're on. I'll call you back in a little. I'm gonna get that 20 more thousand, win $1 million, and we're going. I'm sure you can tell.
I'm gonna guess
where this went.
Yeah.
We did not hit $1 million. It started to fall apart. And I would say, actually, we weren't at the 33-hour mark yet because we ended up getting to the 33-hour mark. Down and down and down and down. Let me get back to 700. Let me get back to $500,000. Let me get back to 400. Shit, if I can just be up 300, I'll leave. Okay, now I got to go back to my box and get some more money. Now, hey, to my friend, throw me some chips. I don't have any up here at the casino. And sure enough, I lose 250,000.
Oh man!
From plus 980 off of $5,000 to negative 250 in 33 hours.
Oh,
and
man.
It was one of the saddest moments. It was a learning lesson, and I wouldn't change it when I look back, right?
Yeah.
Because I was 25, 26, maybe 27. I'm 44 now. I'm doing very well. Things are good. I've learned a lot of lessons. I'm a lot more conservative when I need to be.
Yeah.
And I think moments like that, forged me. I was forged in the fire.
Yeah.
To make wiser decisions, be smarter with money. But I do look back on that and laugh now. But at the time, talk about not being able to sleep. I remember I walked out of there dizzy,
Yeah.
right? It'd been in there 33 hours. I go home, collapse in my condo, blackout, have the blackout curtains down, didn't want to be alive, sleep for 20 some odd hours, wake up, friends had been calling because they knew, they heard.
Yeah, word travels.
And I'm just like, I blew it. All because I wanted to get to a stupid round number. I blew it. And my friend Serb was like, I even called you to get you out of there, man. We would have had all the strippers all over us. It would have been just a great morning.
It's almost worse that he called, because then he gets to hang that, right? Like, oh, you should have, like, oh, man.
But it's okay. I mean, you know, you live and you learn.
Yeah.
You know, I made it through it. It's not like I had to go get a job working at the local
no.
Walmart because I had no more money. You know, I was okay. I was able to recover. You know, things are tough for a little bit. Not even that tough, because at the end of the day, yeah, I lost $250,000, but it's just more so mentally to be, you know, plus the swing. It's actually, now that I think about it, it's almost the opposite of the Floyd Mayweather bet.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
It's, in a way, I won that money back.
Yeah.
10 years later.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But
life lessons, man.
That's the poker story that stands out.
Yeah. Fair enough. You've done an incredible amount in poker. What keeps you playing?
I think the thing that keeps me playing is the desire for accolades, because I really haven't had any major success in a very long time. And when I say that, yeah, I've made money. I play cash games now, private cash games. Like I say, financially, I'm in a better spot than I've ever been. I'm more relaxed. I'm calm. Life is great, but I want more titles, you know. And I got one WSOP bracelet, which I won 18 years ago, 2006. I have one WPT title. That was a pretty big, prestigious in the world title in 2010, but now that's 14 years ago. And I haven't won a big tournament. Now, I don't put the volume in, so it's kind of like the guy complaining they don't win the lotto when they don't buy lotto tickets. Not that it's the lotto, but if you don't enter the tournaments, you can't win them. But each summer I do go pretty hard at the World Series of Poker, and I haven't won my second bracelet, and I got friends winning 3 in a year. This year, my friend Scott Siever won 3 in one summer, right? I haven't won my second, and it's been 18 years, and I play so many events, I get so close. I've got second places, third places, and I can't close. So I think I keep playing just because I want to taste that victory, that feeling of you're the last person standing, and there are no regrets anymore, because everything you did got you to this moment. Whereas now, when you get knocked out, even if you get second, you always wonder, could I have done something different at some point? But when you win, there's no second guessing. So I think I play for that, because I definitely don't play for the money.
Yeah.
Because the money in tournaments isn't that great, and I like tournaments. I do play cash games for money, but again, I like to put myself in situations where I'm a favorite, and I don't play a lot of casino cash games. I play a lot of underground private games where I'm likely one of the better players in the game, which is great financially, but it doesn't get the competitive juices flowing, because it's really not the same.
It's coming, man. I have no doubt.
Thank you. I hope so. I mean, I'm going to keep going. You know, every summer I'm out there at the World Series plugging away. I travel a little bit here and there now that my daughter's getting older, so I can start traveling again and go to like more tournaments on the road. So I think, you know, you keep knocking on the door, and one day they'll open.